myself Ananda Krishnan, fourth semester student from Government Model Engineering College, Tripura. So here I am for the third session or the third of the series of SheSpeaks, which is presented by Venus Campaign. Venus Campaign is basically an initiative by the Women in Engineering group of the IEEE. So we, a few of us volunteers, both from IEEE and non-IEEE, from outside IEEE as well. So we have come together to support women. We are a group of women, a group of girls. Also, we have other volunteers as well. So we are a group of people who have started this campaign, Venus Campaign, initiated by me. And this is the third of our series called SheSpeaks, where each of us volunteers take a topic and give this presentation. So myself Ananda for the third session SheSpeaks. I cordially welcome you all to this session. We'll be starting now. The topic I have selected today is technology and personal development. So this is not exactly technical or a so-called technical topic where you learn something technical and coding, programming kind of stuff. It is not that, but so what I thought was we have a lot of more sessions coming up, and we also had 2 sessions before. So most of the topics that I saw were related to a technical, or it was more related to technical things, more for technical side about web development, programming. So I thought of doing something different. Also, I'm not that well versed in tech knowledge than tech knowledge as all other people are. So I thought of selecting something comfortable for me as well as useful. So the topic I selected today is called technology and personal development. This is what I'm trying to do now. So yeah, COVID-19. This is a very frightening time for us. This COVID-19, this virus is spreading all over the world, taking lives of a lot of people, decreasing our economy, putting a lot of people in trouble. COVID-19 is just spreading all over the world, and uh, we are just we are controlling it as much as we can, but it is still spreading, and this is a very frightening time of, we don't know what to do or how to tackle this. So this is a very frightening, confusing time for all of us. We would all be in distress, we would all be facing some problems. This is such a distressing time, basically. And lockdown. Our nation has been in lockdown for almost 3 months. We were under the lockdown period of 2.5 months. We were under the lockdown period. Although now unlock has been implemented, or the daily course are happening, the daily works are happening, it is still risky to actually get out and go meet people, go to the places we like, because it is always at risk. We don't know what is happening. So it is such a distressing time for all of us. Times are depressing. And first thing I would like to say is that hopefully most of us are at our own homes, with our families. We have contact with our friends, with our relatives. Most of us are with our families, with our loved ones. So the first thing I would have to say is that we should be grateful for what we have now. We should be truly grateful that we are not stranded at a place. Probably there are people who went to some other country or some other state to work, and they were stranded there. They were trapped there. They couldn't come back, so they might be alone or with some strange people there. So hopefully, most of us are with our families. We have contact with our friends. We have all these webinars, courses we do. We have all these sessions, and we're making maximum use of it, and we are being productive. So we should be really grateful for what we have now, and although the time is generally depressing, we are able to make the most of it. We should be really grateful for that, and we are actually now realizing the value of freedom that we had. We were free to roam around, to go to places, but now we are being deprived of that freedom which we are taken for granted. So we are actually realizing the value of right to really go anywhere. So this is actually a time where should be, where we should be thinking a bit more about what we had in our lives and how lucky we are to have a proper home, a proper shelter to stay in place. And this is a time to reevaluate all of that and be grateful and just to stay calm. So coming to my topic. So, these times we have particularly a lot of time now because we don't have to go to colleges. We don't have to go anywhere. Basically, we can't go anywhere. So we have quite a lot of time, and uh, uh, fortunately, most of us are actually making use of it. We are attending webinars. We are doing courses. We are doing projects. We are doing these things, a lot of things online. So most of us are making use of it. We are doing a lot of things. We are learning a lot academically, and we are probably developing a new skill. So most of us are actually doing really productive things now. But in my opinion, in my personal opinion, that is not the only thing we should be doing now. Because obviously we should be doing that. We should be academically, we should be developing, we should be developing new skills or finding out what our interests are. These are all important, which we are already doing. But I feel like this could be a time where we can make maximum use, actually, spend some time with ourselves, to know us, to know us personally a lot more. Because normally in a day we go to college or we go work, we come back, we have a lot of other works to do. We talk with a lot of people. So we basically, and then we sleep what we have food. We basically won't get time to actually spend with ourselves, to look into yourself and to to look into you and evaluate what all is happening. We often miss out on that because just because we don't have time to actually care for ourselves, for our inner self. So this is the best time where we can actually spend a lot of time with ourselves, realize what our interests are, and care ourselves. Self-care, this is very important, and self-development. That is what I would like to stress. Developing ourselves as a human being, as a citizen, um, as a person, developing a good personality so that in the future we can actually be a good citizen. So I think this would be the best time for us to invest in self-development, which will surely be an investment which is worth. All the time that we spend for ourselves is gonna be worth it, and it is never gonna go into waste, or it is never gonna get into waste. So uh, self-development is also very important now. So I initially started making this presentation, or like I wanted to take a topic. So the first thing I looked at was like mental health, relating to mental health, how to improve our mental health during this, or that was the initial topic that I took. But then after my all my research, I ended up in personal development. So I think today it is a very relevant topic that I should be discussing because we we heard the news, the very shocking news of the demise of one of our really favorite actors. It was heard that he committed suicide, and in the news now we're hearing that he had a depression issues, he had some mental health issues. That is what we are hearing. I don't know how much true this is. So that is what we are hearing now. And so I felt this is a very, very relevant topic, especially for today, because after all, it is all about you. It's all about yourself as a person. It is, even if you haven't achieved anything in life, it's at the end of the day, it's just you. You still have time, and you can take care of yourself. You should be able to take care of yourself. One failure should not be letting you down or destroying you completely. So I personally think this topic is very relevant today because of the incident that just shocked all of us. We were really in shock. Everyone, the whole country was in shock. So this uh, self-development or mainly like maintaining a proper mental health and a proper health, not just physical health or mental health or social health, everything. So completely as an overall developing our personality uh, is very important these days, and you have got a lot of time, so you can spend it all that. So this is a small, a lot of personal development divided into some sections. Obviously, learning section is going on now. The learning part would be going on because we are attending a lot of courses and all. And also, planning or developing also might be happening because we'll be planning for our future. We'll be developing a new skill, learning a new skill. Most of these things will be happening. But the other things like motivation, training, creativity, I personally don't know how much this is happening or to what extent this is happening. So that is what I wanted to tell, because the whole thing is this, all these things contributes to personal development, and that should be our aim, to actually excel in all of this so that we develop personally as a human being or as a citizen. So as I told, how to use technology in this, because today we're all dependent on technology, because most of the things we do now are probably in our phone or in our laptop, because everything is available online. We have classes online, we do webinars online, we do courses online, we talk with people online. So everything we do is based on technology and it's all online. So this self-development can also be done online. Technology can play a really good part in developing ourselves as a person. This is extremely useful for people, who might be like people who are a bit introverts, like kind of people, or people who are probably living alone. If they feel like talking to someone, or if they feel down, if they feel like depressed or feel down at times, these there have been apps created which actually act like human beings and support us when we are in pain. So that is the outline of my presentation, or that is the basic concept of my presentation. So how to develop ourselves personally with the help of some applications. We have a lot of applications available in the Play Store, and outside we have games, learning apps, beauty apps, and all those things. Along with that, we have a lot of self-development apps as well. That's what I'm trying to introduce to you. So by introducing all these applications, we actually, I am actually trying to tell you people about these apps, which actually help us use our time to develop ourselves, to know ourselves personally, and manage our time productively. And although even if we have a lot of things to do, how to manage all that properly is what I'm trying to share with you. So this is the first one I am talking about. This is called Coach Me. This is not just like a physical coaching app or something. This is like a life coach. Coach Me actually helps you a lot in actually developing yourselves. As you can see in the first shot, the first one is called, the first option that they have is personally grow. So if you select that, they'll have a lot of examples of people who have already done this, and a lot of strategies that we can adopt to actually grow personally, what all we need, because we often don't realize, like, we might have a goal, but we don't know how actually to get to that goal. So this app actually tells you how to grow personally. Like it acts like a coach to give you proper instructions as to do what all steps in which all days. So it gives you a proper idea of how to actually grow yourself. We have a lot of options here: personally grow, getting fit, improve happiness, then learn a skill, be productive. So we want to be productive, but how? We don't know. We often don't know how to be productive. So they actually tell us how to be productive and use your time properly. So there are a lot of other options as well. And there is a second shot that you can see. They are, they actually set targets, we can actually set the time and they'll set the target for us, and they'll also remind us as to it is actually the human being itself. It will tell you what to do. It will remind you of that you should be doing all these things in these intervals, and they would also be letting you set targets. And in the third shot, you can see that. So I found this very interesting because um, we are all human beings and we are all social beings. So we obviously want to connect with a lot of people, and there will be some common thing that connects people like us. For example, uh, for all the Europeans out there, the joy of volunteering is what combines us, is what unites us. So it is always great to be around or be in a group where there are people with similar interests, to have a talk with them, to have to network with them. So this is exactly what is happening here. We will be connected to a lot of other people who use the same app, and who have selected to personally grow. We meet people with similar targets, who have set similar targets, and they also discuss that. They connect us to people where we can discuss the targets that we already achieved, so that we'll also be constantly motivated to keep doing our things and actually um, developing. So now I'll take you to the website of CoachMe, so that it's just to show that all these things are really very easily accessible. This is not so tough. So this is the website. They are telling us a home for ambitious people. This, indeed it is. So it's like it tracks your habits, gives you personal coaching, and you can even become a coach if you feel that you're fit for it. We just see what all things that they offer. So this is like the habit tracking app, helps to build a habit and follow it properly. So this is the community. This is the review of a lot of people who have been using it, and all are very positively reviewed. All are 5 stars. So how this works? So you can, yeah, what they have written, you can't improve what you don't measure. Indeed. So you set a target, you track it properly, you note your progress, you get motivated by that, and you keep doing that. And they let you set targets and help you in doing that. Then get high fives. You get constantly motivated by other people as well, so that you keep doing that thing. Then it also shows the trends. There are a lot of other features as well. This is a completely very much accessible app, very freely accessible, and people who are in need of it should definitely try it. That was the first app. The second one I would like to introduce is called Headspace. Headspace is basically a meditating app. This app helps you meditate properly. So, what often happens is that in these times, we probably have a lot of work to do. We have got online classes, other courses, or other webinars. So, what happens with some kind of people? It happens with me a lot because when I have like a lot of work to do, I often get distracted and I just like not doing it because there is a lot of work. So that happens to, there could be some kind of people. I hope at least some of you could relate to that. Personally, it happens to me a lot. So um, meditation is a really good remedy for that. I'm telling you this from my personal experience, that you often get distracted from what you're doing. As I told, if you have got a lot of work, or especially if you're working with a phone, laptop, which has also got a lot of other things like social media, YouTube. There are a lot of things that could distract us, and we get easily distracted. We are in the stage, so we easily get distracted. Meditation, and we need concentration to actually focus on a thing and keep doing that. Meditation is the perfect remedy for that. It helps you stay focused and concentrate on your work and do it much more efficiently in much lesser time that you have been taking. And any amount of meditation is useful. Even if you do, even if you meditate for 3 minutes, that can also be useful. gradually, as you pick up the pace, it is gonna get really useful. Like I'm telling you from my personal experience, so you can totally rely on that. So, so this is Headspace. As you see in the first shot, you can join, and it is actually telling how many people are actually meditating right now, which keeps you motivated to keep meditating or keep you uh, keep concentrating you on the thing. And the second shot, you can actually pick your narrator. You can select how many minutes you want, and in the third shot, you can say like you are meditating in the community as a group. You are meditating with a lot of other people as well. You are meditating live, so that actually motivates you a lot and help you or like lets you do that. And in the first year, you can see it's about a community, and this is like walking on fear of flying. When you have to do a particular thing or do a meditation according to that to remove a particular kind of fear, you can do that. This is totally customized. You can be customized. And the second shot is really inspiring. Really, this is really encourages us to keep doing this because it shows the total time that we have meditated. So even if you meditate for like 3 minutes as 5 sessions a day, it will show we have meditated for 15 minutes, which is a really great thing. Staying focused without any other thoughts for 15 minutes is really very great, and you can keep pace on that, and this just encourages you to do more and more. And there are there are it also helps develop a few intellectual skills like acceptance and other things, and it also shows us some techniques for this. Now I'll take you to the site of Headspace. This is also a very really accessible website. That's why I actually wanted to show you how accessible this is and how inspiring it's well. The interface is really good, and you actually feel like trying it out. So to start with the basics, there are a lot of articles as well. What is mindfulness and the things you just get involved into this. So we learn to meditate with the feedback. So we will have a lot of reviews as well. What people are saying. So it's all really good reviews only. So there are a lot of options where you can select, and they clear a lot of our question and answers. The answers are given. This is a very accessible website, and you can just go to it and find out more anytime. Headspace, and the third one is Forest. Uh, so I made this presentation actually like 2.5 weeks before, and while I was researching, I came to know about Forest, and I actually downloaded it in my phone. This is this is a really effective app. Like, it might sound silly, or it might seem silly, or like or not practical initially, but as you keep pace with it, or as you start using it, it actually helps you stay focused. This is mainly for people like me who get, as I told, who get distracted very easily. You probably are using your phone for something, for doing some work, but then you get a notification, or for example, if you're reading a book, trying to be productive, but you get a notification, you just get easily distracted. This happens with everyone. We are normal human beings, which happens. So forest basically prevents you from doing that. Here basically we plant a tree. We set a timer first, and then we plant a tree. And for like suppose we set it for 25 minutes. You plant a tree and wait so that the plant grows. If you keep using your phone, then the plant won't grow. The plant will wither and the plant won't really grow. But if you don't use your phone, more than one plant grows. So it is just it actually affects our emotions. It's just to actually go into waste. So we just won't use our phone. And as you can put down your phone. So this is actually like somebody's are actually actually guiding us to do this, to not do this. So this is really interesting, and uh, once you're actually involved in this, it becomes a part of your life, and you get to stay focused a lot with this app. That's it. So, how forest helps you stay focused? Uh, so, if you keep using a phone with the timer set, the tree will wither and it won't. We do it whenever we need, and thus we create a forest, and then we earn coins and other advantages that we get. So, this is what it looks like, and now we go to the website. This website is also very accessible, very user friendly. It has got a really nice interface, and this very interesting thing about the app I will show you. So this is about forest. Um, we it helps us to stay focused on the important things in our life. Basically. So we actually go out on forest. We can use it wherever, if you're supposed to have with friends and you don't want to look at your phone, you can just put the forest on and do your stuff. This is the most important part. So this app actually collaborates with uh, a tree planting organization called Trees for the Future, and they plant as much trees as the users have planted. So uh, these much trees have been planted by this NGO in collaboration with Forest as of now because of the number of users using it. So indirectly, we are actually contributing to this by properly using Forest and writing or like attending to it. And there are a lot of reviews as well. Forest is, if you actually involve in it, this can be really useful. I'm telling from my personal experience. So that was about forest. And next, this is called fit on. So physical fitness, which is very very important in our lives. The excuse that we give for not doing exercise or not staying physically fit is that we don't have time. We have to go to college, we have got other works, we have got homeworks, tests, so we don't have time to work out or to stay healthy. So this is this is the time where you have got a lot of free time, or you don't have to call. So you can be in your house. So surely you can spend at least half an hour or 1 hour to train yourself or to stay just to stay healthy, not to like make muscles and stuff, but just to stay healthy and fit. Uh, you can do some workout, and this app. So often what happens is like you would want to work out or you would want to stay healthy, but you often don't know how to do it. This app actually coaches or trains you how to do it. We just have to set the time we'll be doing it per day, and our goal, if you have to reduce your weight or what we have to achieve. And this gives us training, your diet plans, the exercises that you should do, and this gives us all of that. And this is just like a coach only because we don't have a personal trainer. So Switch On app could be our personal trainer. It is a free app. It just makes so often what happens is we just work out random. So we don't really know if it actually works. So this is the app. So there are videos of people using it and actually doing it. We have celebrity trainers as well. They are doing it online. Here also this connects you to a community, a whole community of people who actually follows this, and you work out with them together. You can stream it through your devices. Uh, you have got the reviews as well. So we we get trained by experienced people in this field, and this is just very simple. This is like a full gym in your pocket. So what we want this also includes yoga as well. So a very user friendly app that you can use from your houses if you want to stay healthy. Now, the fifth one and most important, I should say, Happify. This app simply makes you happy or helps you stay happy. as I have told earlier, there could be times where it could get really depressing that probably you're not able to complete something or you're not able to properly do it, and especially for people who are living alone, or as I told, uh, people who are a little bit like introverts. So these apps can be really useful to such people, or there could be people who don't really want to share their anxieties or their problems with others. These apps actually act like human beings close to you and helps you stay happy. So the thing that they say in the first shot, ready to train yourself for happiness. That is such an encouraging word that it actually attracts you into the application. So in the second shot, you can see choose your problem and face it. This this is the kind of motivation that we need to. This is the kind of motivation that we need to stay focused or stay happy in our lives. Clearing all the problems that we have. So you can see there are a lot of differences, a lot of discussions happening. Why is this happening to me all the time? This is the question that we ask to ourselves often. Why is this happening to me all the time? So they have answers for that. They have solutions for that. They have solutions to actually console us and make us happy. So you store your mood, how you are feeling today, like anxiety, and they actually track that. What our mood was during the past week or how we have improved. So this is what this app is all about. So you initially they ask us a few questions about our character, what we feel, how we feel, and then everything is planned according to that, according to how we feel, how our mood is, and everything is planned according to that. And this is a very much customizable app where you can use it to uh, your needs. So this is the website it happens by. Also very user friendly thing. So this is the website it happens by. There are a lot of things in it how to stay happy. Looking at the website itself, we get a lot of insights and actually get really motivated. So break old patterns and form new habits. So this helps us form new habits and stay focused on that. And this is all done scientifically with certified doctors and certified people only do this. This is not like fraud or something. It gives you simple solutions for our mental health and well-being, just to make us stay happy and stay focused, stay cherished in our lives. It just transforms your life if it is not how as you wish. Ensures our emotional well-being. It actually has got, if we actually have all these graphs and all, you would be able to realize, what the things we were already doing wrong, and you can actually correct the things you were doing wrong and make it, do it right so that you stay happy. There are a lot of reviewers as well. They, they feel more energized and excited. So this also connects you to a community of people who have been using it, who have got good results from it. And there are a lot of articles as well that, what is happiness and all. These are like some intellectual questions that we probably don't know. So all these things are very easily accessible, very easily available. It's just, we just have to go and search, and this is just easily accessible in our fingertips. So there, I just introduced you 5 applications that could be used in our lives. But there are a lot of applications and a lot other websites and other things available online which can actually help you. So earlier we talked to human beings a lot. We had interaction in technology. But as technology is improving, as time is, it can actually act like human beings. This is the time of AI and all. So you can actually talk to human beings or talk to a person, talk to or use technology as if you're talking to a person or as if you're interacting with a human being, and it just helps you as we want, similar to what we want, and just just acts according to what you want. So this is I'm now concluding my session today. So all I have to say is always stay happy. Try to stay happy. We all have, as they say, our life is like a roller coaster. We'll have, or it's like a day and a night. We'll have a lot of failures. That's how we initially start. We learn from that. We learn from our mistake. We keep trying, and we will achieve if we are destined to do it. Or if you really wish for that, you actually get to do that. You will actually achieve that, and you will reach that place. But never stop trying. Never get depressed, or never lose hope just because you're not getting it for the first time, or you're not getting it right as you have imagined, as you had imagined. It's just a matter of time and patience. You will finally get into that, get into what you're doing. If you keep trying for it, stay with the positive mind. So, as I told during the first, these times we are making it productive, we are learning a lot of things. But in addition to that, spend some time for yourself, spend some time to learn something about yourself, develop yourself as a personality, as a citizen. So I am now concluding my presentation. So as they say, stay home, stay safe, just don't go out, do not risk your lives. Stay home and try to do things, talk to yourself, develop some feelings towards yourself. Understand who you are finally, and just live your life because it's just one life that we have, and do things that you wish to do. Stay home, stay safe, stay aware, and stay calm as well. So that was it about my presentation. Hope you all learned something from this. I would like to thank all the volunteers of Venus campaign, Nasmin for coordinating this Veena, Minimum, and all the professionals, all our mentors, and all the other volunteers for giving me this chance to do this presentation. Also, thanks to all the attendees for having me, for patiently listening to my presentation. Uh, it was a really, I was enjoying myself. Um, Thank you for attending. Thank you for having the session.